Laketa Cole has been a member of Cincinnati City Council since 2003 and serves as council president pro tem. She was formerly a legislative aide and council staff member. Ms. Cole holds a master's in public administration from Northern Kentucky University. She is endorsed by the Democratic Party. Ms. Cole is out of the country and is represented tonight by Miles Lindahl.
Hi, I'm Miles Lindahl. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Don't know what I did to deserve that, but that's fine. Councilmember Cole very much wanted to be here tonight, but as stated, she's out of the country, and so she asked for me to read this letter to you. Hawaii? South Korea. She was in Hawaii, now she's in South Korea, and then Vietnam at the end of the week. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for hosting this forum and allowing us to come and talk to you about our campaign and why you should vote for us. I apologize that I cannot personally attend. However, I have been given the honor to represent the United States, and one of just 3 Americans, at the 19th New Generation Seminar, where we will be discussing the global economic crisis, impacts, and responses. I will be making a formal presentation on Cincinnati's economic crisis. While I cannot personally attend, I believe it is important that I send a representative on my behalf to personally read this statement and provide you with my background on my campaign. I was born and raised in Cincinnati, a graduate of Aiken High School, Cincinnati public school system, and I have a bachelor's in political science and a master's in public administration. For the past 6 years, I have worked hard for our neighborhoods, being instrumental in providing a successful neighborhood summit for the past 6 years, creating the Neighborhood Business District Support Fund, and creating the Neighborhood in the Neighborhood program. I have worked hard to keep our pools, recreation centers, and healthcare clinics open and provide opportunities to our youth. Please take the time to read my literature, and I'll add parenthetically that her literature is out there on that back table. And when you think of Cole, think collaborator, optimistic, leadership, and experience. As I say often, don't read my lips, but check my voting record. Laketa has a great voting record in Walnut Hills, and you can go online to laketacole.com to view her full voting record. And when you go to the poll, vote for Cole. Thank you very much.
Will you speak to Ms. Cole's,
I'll do my best.
as you best know, her opinion on voting districts by neighborhood versus at-large district?
Well, before I would really comment, I mean, we have to have a specific plan. I know Councilmember Cole was against the issue that was on the ballot last year for that form of proportional representation, mainly because it took away people's votes. You were going to have 9 votes, and then you went down to 1. But in terms of district representation, Councilmember Cole has always been about what it is that the citizens want, and if the citizens make a decision to move to district representation, she would be supportive of that.
Putting aside the issue of streetcars,
Okay.
what is Ms. Cole's position on public transportation in general as a priority need for the city?
Councilmember Cole has always believed that public transportation is crucial in our community. And, you know, it's funny, Kathy Holwadell from Bike Pack came into our office one day and talked about how it costs an estimated $8,000 a year to own and operate a car. And there are people in our community who, you know, if you're making, if you're at a minimum wage job and you're making just above the poverty level, well, that $8,000 a year is a huge chunk of your income. And so Councilmember Cole would be very supportive of, and she thinks that the streetcar is a good first step, but of rebuilding our infrastructure and improving our transportation options for all of our citizens.
Miles, for the last several years, another councilman who is no longer on council was chair of the Finance Committee, and during those years, most of the budgets that were passed were structurally unbalanced. If Ms. Cole is indeed reelected and remains Finance Committee chairwoman, will she commit to passing a structurally balanced budget?
That's a very good question. Yeah, thanks for that, Kevin. You know, this isn't something that Councilmember Cole and I have talked about, but as you know, we're facing a $51 million deficit, and we need to look at every option that's out there for ways to balance that budget. In terms of structurally balanced or imbalanced, I don't feel like I can comment for her at this time, but it's something that the city has to look forward to in the future and figure out a way to align our revenues with our expenditures.
What is Laketa Cole's, what does she plan to do to increase public safety measures in neighborhoods in the city that aren't so safe, or that the people feel that aren't so safe?
Well, Laketa Cole has a long history of community involvement, and that's where Laketa thinks that you should begin any sort of discussion, is at the community level. Councilmember Thomas had talked about the SERVE initiative, and that's a great program, and that's something that we need to continue. But Councilmember Cole firmly believes that the more we get our citizens involved in our government and in our policing, the better city we're going to have. So I would say that the most important thing that we need to do is talk to our citizens and reach out, and Councilmember Cole would certainly support any initiative that brings about community involvement. Well, if Councilmember Cole is about one thing, it's about getting people involved. It's about neighborhood inclusion. Councilmember Cole started up the Neighborhood in the Neighborhoods program, where she brought the Neighborhoods Committee hearings out into the community. And she and Councilmember Qualls have continued that tradition, along with bringing budget hearings out into the community to try to get people's opinions and thoughts on what it is that the city should do. She's long been committed to making sure that everyone has a voice in the process. And so the only thing that I would tell you tonight is to attend the public hearing that we're going to have on October 20th about the 2010 budget. It's at 4 p.m. in council chambers. And when you go to the poll, vote for Cole. But more than that, when you think of Laketa Cole, think of neighborhood involvement and citizen outreach. So thank you very much to the League of Women Voters and to the Greenwich, and enjoy your night.